she cannot be more comfortable in the fight. She will be more aware. She will focus on how
Selamat
I need
malam
to be
bosku, kembali lagi ya bosku.
directed and how to
Maaf
be
bosku,
positioned.
tadi
Definitely, as we're
trouble,
excited to see
jadi
the
live-nya
next
keputus.
match
Sekarang
and the
kita
second match between
live
Aurora
Restream
and
ya.
Onic ID.
Restream dulu di Grand Final
Game 2 of the
antara
Grand Finals
Onic
is
sama
ready to
Aurora
begin.
Turki.
Onic and
Setelah itu
Delisha
nanti
looking
kita
to
lanjut
extend their
push rank
lead.
ya
Aurora
teman-teman.
Gaming Turkey
Jangan
looking
lupa
to strike
teman-teman
back. This
di
is best of
subscribe,
5. This
di
is
like ya
championship pressure.
teman-teman.
Let's hand it
Biar
over to
terus
the caster and
berkembang,
jump straight
biar bisa
into
menemani
the
kalian
action.
terus di malam hari ya teman-teman.
Here we are, and let's forget about everything else. Nice to
Semoga
because
Onic hari ini
everything.
juara ya teman-teman, dan
And just
buat
focus
Skylar
on one
juara internasional pertamanya ya.
The glue is picked up.
Mari kita doakan, mari kita dukung Indopret teman-teman.
The Paglu Patrick Star is online.
Oke,
It's in
kita
the
pindah dulu.
building. And I'm excited for that. But I think that we have to hold off a little bit. Somebody raised their hand, so kind of means that there is some tech issues that the kind of needs to be addressed.
Maybe it's from Luffy's side. I'm not sure. Definitely from maybe from Onyx side. We'll see if we jump back into the game. But yeah, I think before we jump in and before we analyze a little further, yeah, I think Pagu bringing out that Patrick was it yesterday, 2 days ago, probably boosted the sales. So if you guys didn't get it yet, go grab Patrick while you can in game. Again, this is a limited time event. Make sure you go grab him. It's pretty affordable, and you get one of the best skins in the game right now. Now jumping into these lineups, Mr. Wolf, I would say, I like what Aurora Gaming did for this draft. They cover. Oh, I don't like this for Rosa though. Whoa, Rosa!
Whoa,
This is bad. Keyboy gets first blood, and nothing Patrick could do to help him there. Oh no!
Almost gets the orange. That's TNC getting level 2. Keyboy has the figure. Kundo. Jukes out there coming up from Keyboy already. Great start for Onic, and most particularly Keyboy, my personal MVP of game number 1. Now back on the show, one of his most played heroes as well. And it's not going to be stopping. And Rosa have revealed a little bit of
Onic
weakness in
baru
their showing
dominasi untuk
himself
ML-nya
in
ini,
front of the
mendominasi
Joe
penuh.
without the wings
Semoga
by
bisa
wings.
juara di
Onic
M
has
Seven
identified
sih.
that there's no wings by wings available for
Bisa juara di M Series lah.
Flicker as well.
Intinya
He
gitu.
wants to go for the Pierce fight. That's why Keyboy was able to run him down.
Yeah, that's anytime that you have this early first blood like that, especially in the hands of any Cho player, like they are going to continue to put pressure on your side of the jungle now. So we'll see if that ends up being a little bit too much for Keyboy, and then he gets punished. As you can see, he's doing exactly just that, giving that information over to Kyrie and the rest of Onic too. So once that level 4 is available is when you expect both more so the Cho really to be a little more proactive on the kicks, using that ultimate to set things up. Meanwhile, this glue roam works a little different, but we've seen it work wonders for Aurora Gaming just days ago when they debuted it. And now this turtle is for the taking. It's going to be started up. RWM dropped down. TNC waiting for Lunar to join the fight, but it's just gone so quick. Onyx securing the objective, and they'll disengage after that.
Nice. Itulah jasa pialanya ke Onic, bos.
Doesn't have to go for any kind of exchange now for Onic. They are leading by 1,000 gold now. Keyboy is not level 4 yet, despite that turtle they come out from Onic, which is just. But Pagu is also well away from his own ultimate, so we're not gonna see angry Patrick, angry muscle-laden Patrick. Oh, the kick though, Pagu is dead. Oh man.
Itulah ini, early game udah menang kita.
As soon as that kick's available, like I said,
Juara lah ini.
even getting that hurt and make it work. It's actually getting punched. Tell me this survives again.
Armor base.
Makes it happen. And this is why you were saying, this is one of his best, one of his most played, one of his signature picks. The Cho, he's just a menace for the opposing team dealing with it. And you have to think that all those little moves that Keyboy is doing, that all those minor delays around this side of the map of Aurora Gaming, that all compounds. It all adds up, eventually leading into these skirmishes, these first objective takes, and it's something that can really affect the course of the game, especially in the early game, as it already has. So as that Way of the Dragon is available, he could always go for a kick, even if it's just to essentially get a Purify out, especially from Rosa. That makes things easier for Onic to set up later. So for Aurora Gaming, based on how this beginning of the game has gone, you know, nothing on the board just yet. It's not anything too crazy. This 2,000 gold lead that Onic has is still definitely in a place of contention for Aurora Gaming. Even this first turtle, if they somehow are in a better position to fight for this next turtle, that would be great. If they can take out a member from Onic, then that would be even better. But as we've seen here, Wolf, like the fact that they have a clogged gold lane is going to take a little bit longer to build up. They need that. Pagu's actually going to go ahead and try to drag Lutfi back here, but it's a little bit too risky, so the Feathered Airstrike dropped down. Now that's actually a big resource out here for Aurora Gaming as they want to go ahead and set up around this turtle. You can see Onic, they're going to use that Black Dragon form. There's the kick to for Pagu to be in trouble with trying to buy time up for the turtle. Lose a Lunar.
Aurora Gaming might have just missed some of their shots, but if they connected with those, things will be totally different. Taking out some members of Onic, they could have taken Thurl easily. Lunar got outplayed by Sans. Sans, instead of going to the back, instead of like going for a bigger movement, he went forwards, which meant that one fell or one steal coming up from Lunar didn't hit.
Oh, whoa. Look at that burst. That's that setup potential, you know, especially with Mountain Shocker. And always YSS's damage in the early is quite devastating, especially for the mid lane mages that do get set up there. Once again, Skylar just gives some information. Lunar, the essence from Lutfi, enough alongside Kyrie to win that fight. Right now, they're just continuing to build up on the lead they have here.
Making the right move now for Onic. Pressure up top. Skylar though, not gonna be able to survive. That's the power of Max and Kenzie. Great footwork and stuff as well. No chance for Skylar to do anything afterwards. That would mean that they will at least get on the board. 1-5 is the kill score. Onic leading by 3,000 gold as they have pushed the bottom lane as well. The map looking all red right now, and that red meant Onic.
Oof. Black Dragon form used. I think he's going to be able to escape though. Lutfi is fine. If you look at Aurora Gaming's chances of winning this game, because again, this is the grand final, it's best of 5. There's quite a bit of jump to in terms of the prize money between the first and second place here, and obviously if Aurora Gaming can beat Onic Esports, that would be a huge statement here in Games of the Future 2025. And the way they're going to have to make that happen is allowing Sigiboom to get farmed up on this Claude. They're going to be rotating for this turtle. Once again, fighting for it. That's the kick, separating Pagu from the fight. Sigiboom gets the turtle secured now, and Lupi trying to get away as Lunar also on the disengage. Keyboy won't be able to catch him. Doesn't have the kick anyway. So once again, Aurora Gaming taking these little wins where they can. If that means getting a turtle, then that's something for them rather than losing everything. Although Pagu is really struggling to try to make it work this time around, it just seems like Onic saw that game. They know how to handle this glue roam. And so far, again, it's got to be a stack of compounding small wins for Aurora Gaming to get back into this game.
Doing the right moves, fortunately for Aurora. A little bit of, like I said, staggering some of the moves that we have in the turtle.
TNZ. There's the kick. Feathered Airstrike, RWM, just right across the battlefield in the mid lane. It's chaotic, it's messy, but even under the turret they go. A double kill for Kyrie. Looking for more, forcing it under and in between the tier 1 and tier 2 turret. As 3 fall for Aurora Gaming. Man, Onic is just so good at juggling around the team fight.
The fact that that was the team fight where everybody from Onic was ready and are well connected. Sans popping the ultimate very early. You would think that they will wait for an initiation first. Of course, they did wait for this kick, but even then, it actually set up for this use of ultimate to have so much value. Because they've already fed in the members of Aurora and also that so much damage already around. The way that Onic Esports are layering their skills are so good. And especially because Kiboy's just been acting the map. So far has been phenomenal all throughout the tournament, but particularly in this grand final series, it's been instrumental to Onyx wins in the early stages of the game. Seems like he's not going to be stopping as of this moment, already providing the vision for Onic as they set up for the Lord.
It's such a weird chess game that has to be given to Aurora Gaming when they go into these fights. You know, they're not going to be able to really do much with this Lord as it's just kind of blitzed down. And so they have to prep up for the base defense. Now, that's what I mean. If they set things up, you're always seeing this. I mean, this was a classic mid lane matchup that you got to see so much before in the past, right? The Farsa and the Eve against each other. It's a circle and a square, basically, that everybody is fighting around. And, you know, unfortunately for Rosa, because of the first blood right off the bat, I just feel like Rosa really hasn't been able to farm up. And not only that, but also just hasn't gotten the most value out of the feathered airstrikes. You know, in comparison to Sans, how he's been able to go ahead and set up those real-world manipulations for Onic to play around. But that's also much easier when you have someone like Keyboy so proactive on the Cho, starting things up. And with this Lord, it's going to make its way to that tier 2 turret. This is going to be an easy take for them. Lord swinging away there. We'll see if Aurora Gaming holds on to their Holy Defense shields. Tier 2 up top also going to fall. So we'll see. Once again, there's the kick. Way the Dragon. Feathered Airstrike going to be dropped down as well, but they're all out of range. RWM dropped down as Lunar all to himself. He falls, and now on the turret, Loopy goes a little bit too overzealous, but still going to be able to survive. And now Pagu trying to bring back Keyboy, but he won't be able to do it either. So once again, Onic completely fine. They'll get these shields down bot, mid, and top off that first Lord push.
I'm just in awe of how Onic are able to avoid the area of control for Rosa. Rosa is a phenomenal Farsa player. I have been impressed in how he was playing this hero for a long time now. Ever since M4, when I saw him play this aggressive kind of Farsa, always on point with a feathered airstrike. I don't know how Onic does it. Is it from the pressure coming out from Keyboy? Is it just positioning? Is just the way that they quickly react to what Aurora is doing when it comes to those team fights?
Untuk M series nggak terlalu nyaman ya, biar bisa improve terus sih. Padahal nanti kalau mereka udah merasa nyaman, malah bahaya nanti. Tapi ini harus suarain lah. Ini harus suarain lah. Gantian.
That Sigibu will need another one, maybe another Malefic or on top of the items that he has right now. That means that somebody has to cut up the slack. Rosa has to deal the damage because TNT, this guy is not playing an assassin, he's playing a utility jumper, not a tanky role, more of a supplementing kind of role. I'm saying this, Onic are avoiding the main DPS of Aurora Gaming in a masterful way, and Aurora Gaming has to solve this.
It's very, again, it seems easier than it actually is with the way that Onic is playing these team fights. You know, being able to actually split up or disengage or even just keep a distance from the main majority of the damage that Aurora Gaming has. Because again, it's not the feather airstrike that's blazing duet, right? It's been that targeting position too that you see Keyboy, where he's more often than not actually getting Lunar, kicking Lunar or Pagu away from the team. And then they isolate them, and you know, they get the automatic kill, plus they stay away from the main source of damage. So once that's expended, once the Blazing Duet and the Feathered Airstrike are gone, what left do you have other than the auto attacks, mainly from Sigiboom, right? And like you mentioned, in terms of itemization, Onic, because of the massive lead that they have, the 10,000, they already have it. You see there too. Keyboy alone, man, he's got the Chastised Pauldron plus the Antique Harass now. So even if Keyboy jumps in, he's not too worried about Sigiboom, right? And he's also got the Athena Shield just to go ahead and help with that damage if he does get hit by Rosa. But so far, that really hasn't been the case. He's been able to go in, just get the kickoff, and then the team follows suit from there. So now with the Lord making its way down the mid, with this kind of advantage in terms of itemization, they're in a really good position to knock down these base turrets.
But I think Gun picked up by Sigiboom going in for utility instead of raw damage. Not sure if this will be enough against Onic as of this moment, especially the presence of the Chastised Pauldron push already coming out from Onic.
2-0 ini, waduh. Aduh.
Top turret gonna be
Mana
worked on here.
2-0, 2-0,
This
2-0.
Lord should be made quick work of. The
2-0.
Black Dragon form dropped down. There's the feathered airstrike. Couple shots on the minion waves, trying to
2-0.
keep them at bay. The turret's still gonna stand
2-0.
because it was cleared out by Rosa. It's only the mid turret
Sambil
down
nunggu
for
game
now. Onic
ketiga.
should be able to get this top turret at least with this next wave pushing in. Are they gonna go for the cutoff here? They'll get the turret, and it looks like they might back off. That bottom wave not pushed in quite just yet, so Onic playing it safe, disciplined, even with a almost 12,000 gold lead against Aurora Gaming in game 2. They will take their time. A bottom wave nearly pushing in. They might force this once again. Ludby doesn't have the Black Dragon form just yet. There's the feathered airstrike. Clearing out the minion wave, and Aurora Gaming will hold on to it, but oh, Pagu might be in trouble. TNZ as well. TNZ gonna be in trouble. Top of the Poissons under the turret. Still gonna be able to live with 1 HP. And Onic still pressing the situation. Skylar jumps in. He's gonna take the brunt of the damage. Pops the one to crown. He could be in trouble here. Onic trying to help him out, but finally a kill converted for Aurora Gaming.
It's been a long time since they've gotten a kill. They moved on to Skylar up top. That was the first kill that they've had. The second and only to them on the side of Onic is onto Skylar once again. But that was more of an aggressive play coming out from Onic that was punished by Aurora. They used Winter Crown, but they didn't have any minion wave to capitalize with that. Onic, the way that I'm looking at the way they push is that they're protecting the minion waves. I think that's really commendable on how Onic is handling this. However, Aurora have found a way for them to deal with Onyx's push. Farsa ultimate from Rosa just to clear out the minion waves instead of reserving it for the heroes. The main effect of it is that they are able to defend their turret, and if Onic eventually goes for the dive, you can see that there could be that punish. Now, 15 minutes in, Aurora Gaming has a little bit of fight in them compared to Onic. They still have 10,000, about 10,000 gold as an advantage for Onic, which kind of translates to them being tanky enough to frontline against Aurora Gaming. So this Lord is going to be tricky for Aurora Gaming for sure.
How they approach it, and I think really want to get in range here. Onic will take their time because they know if they actually force a fight, there's potential that they could just end the game even without claiming this Lord. Skylar picking up his own chastised pauldron. Go ahead and help with that damage coming out from Siggy Boom and that attack speed. So it looks like Aurora Gaming wants to fight for this one. Lord's going to be at half health. Onic, knowing that they have the advantage, they can let them go ahead and take most of that damage. So they force Aurora Gaming off the Lord, and they'll go in to clean it up to secure the Lord. And now Aurora Gaming, after needing to defend the base, they're going to have to defend it once again.
Kiboy with the Winter Crown as the last pickup here for Onic. Really feeling that this is their shot against Aurora Gaming to reach match point. They are going in for the jugular. What this gives Kiboy is that freedom to go in even under the turret.
Ooh, they get a flicker out from Skylar. Good usage of the dangerous grass there on the near that base turret, but still they've got to deal with this Lord. It's only a small resource expended as well for Skylar. Using that flicker, you could just falling Star Moon and following Keyboy here. So let's see how they juggle this around. A feather airstrike nearly back up for Rosa. They're gonna need it here. They're gonna hold up that Lord right in the mid lane. It's still gonna be used to push them off. Pagu might be risking his own life just to buy time. Immortality bot as well. He's gonna go down here. Onic picks up a kill, but the Lord has been done well. Now the feathered airstrike dropped down, followed by the dragon of form. They're going to force the fight anyway. An RWM, a double for Sans. Ludwig could be in trouble here. The blazing duo with the Winter Crown. Nice setup from Siggy Boom as he PMIs back to safety. But the waves are pushed in, and Onic can just lock on the base to take and secure game 2.
Nice. Ayo satu lagi. Satu lagi biar selesai bosku. Sambil nunggu game 3, kita tunggu mabar dulu ya. Sampai nunggu game 3 kita mabar dulu guys. Terus 9 menit. Oke. Ini kita bersama sisi. Oke, sambil itu. Oke, yuk. Ini paling party. Oke, kita main solo nggak apa-apa. Nggak tahu ini pada kemana. Mana ya? Ini di sini kan. Tuh. Nanti aneh. Ini enggak ya? Sini. Harusnya enggak sih. Apa ini? Kok ROM? Wah, not good. Aku gak bisa ROM. Kapan aku bisa ROM? Aduh. Gak bisa ROM, disuruh ROM. Gimana ini? Gak bisa aku. Yalah, ini aja. Sorry ya bos, nggak bisa aku. Bisanya hanya ini nih. Bisanya hanya ini bosku. Nggak apa-apa ya. Kita coba, semoga menang sih.
Your team is picking.
Your team is picking. Coba ya. Oke, udah. Aku mau coba lihat aja. Coba ini kita duh. Gak bisa ya.
Perjuanganku tidak akan berakhir sampai tetes darah terakhir.
Udah besar kan. Cobalah kayak gini.
Welcome to Mobile Legends! 5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them! All troops deployed!
Teguhkan dan kuatkan tekadmu untuk menjadi pejuang hebat. Satu tarikan, satu nyawa melayang. Waktunya menghadapi kenyataan.
Duh,
Makanan.
sorry.
Bocah sepertimu harus diberi pelajaran keras.
Sorry ya bos.
You have slain an enemy! Initiate retreat!
Teguhkan dan kuatkan tekadmu.
Nice.
Pejuang hebat.
Ally has been slain.
Aman, bahaya, bener-bener bahaya aman itu.
Backup! Attack the turtle! Request backup!
Bocah sepertimu harus diberi pelajaran keras.
Gather up the turtle!
Culik aja.
Understood. Gather up the turtle!
Satu nyawa melayang.
Ah. Loh, loh kok malah keluar loh? Aneh. Udah, apa-apa, giliran bintang 1.
Request backup!
Nice. Apa-apa.
Teguhkan dan kuatkan tekadmu untuk menjadi pejuang hebat. Satu tarikan, satu nyawa melayang. Waktunya menghadapi kenyataan.
Amonya ini jadi masalah itu.
Launch attack! You have slain an enemy!
ada.
Gather at the turtles.
Udah 9-0 itu. Udah susah.
Waktunya menghadapi kenyataan. Satu tarikan, satu nyawa melayang.
Request backup. Gather at the turtles. Launch attack.
Bocah sepertimu harus diberi pelajaran keras.
An ally has request backup.
Lu clear tuh.
Initiate retreat. Initiate retreat. Request backup. An enemy has been slain. Our turret is under attack.
Bocah sepertimu
Your team initiate retreat. Ally has been slain.
waktunya menghadapi kenyataan.
Our turret is under attack. An enemy has been slain. Ally has been initiate retreat.
Dulu.
Initiate
Dulu. 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 Dulu.
under attack.
Dulu.
Satu tarikan, satu nyawa melayang.
Request backup. Request backup. Gather at the Lord.
Teguhkan dan kuatkan tekadmu untuk menjadi pejuang hebat.
Our turret is under attack. Attack the Lord. Our turret is under attack.
Satu tarikan, satu nyawa melayang.
Initiate retreat. Thank you. An enemy has been slain.
Bocah
Launch attack.
harus diberi pelajaran.
Slain an enemy. Gather up the Lord. Brilliant Denki. An ally has slain Lord. Team destroyed a turret. Slain.
Teguhkan dan kuatkan
Killing spree. Your team destroyed a turret. Your team destroyed a turret. Initiate retreat. Destroyed a turret. Ally has been slain. Your team destroyed a turret.
satu nyawa melayang.
Initiate retreat. Understood. Request
Teguhkan dan
backup.
kuatkan tekadmu untuk menjadi pejuang hebat.
Request backup. Mega kill.
Bocah sepertimu harus diberi pelajaran.
Request backup. Launch attack.
Waktunya menghadapi kenyataan. Bocah sepertimu harus diberi pelajaran keras.
Initiate retreat. Request backup. Unstoppable. Double kill. Ally has been slain.
Ya kayak gitu loh. Tambahnya tak putih ya.
Aku suka bau bubuk mesio di pagi hari.
Oke, sambil kita lihat apa sudah belum ya. Oke guys, udah mulai nih, udah mulai.
Mulai traffic.
Udah mulai ya. Nanti kita ganti lagi. Kita ganti ya. Oke. Let's go.
Indonesia, one win away from lifting
Let's
the
go.
trophy. Aurora Gaming Turkey fighting to keep their dreams alive. This could be the final game of Games of the Future Abu Dhabi 2025. Casters, take it away and let history be written.
Let's see if indeed it will be written in the favor of Onic as a 3-0, or will it be extended for now by Aurora Gaming? To be honest, I am excited about this Thames pick. I have been asking for this hero for quite a long time now. It has been quite a while as well when we've seen it being buffed but then underused. So I wonder if this is a hero that can actually extend the series. I feel like there is a chance, but we'll see. We are joined today by Naisu again. Game number 3. Do you think this will go to a game number 4, my man?
I don't know, man. This is kind of a... I don't know how to feel about the Thames. Like, it's something we don't see often at all, right? I mean, when was the last time we actually saw the Thames, like, regularly in the meta? I mean, he might pop up once in a while here and there. There are quite a few heroes that do that. And so I'm wondering, I wish sometimes we had, like, the, you know, like, this inner... on the comms, you know, Wolf, where we get to go ahead and hear some of the thought process or because we always have to ask later, like we always have to wait for the interviews, you know, with some of the interesting picks that come through, and I think Thames is one of them. Obviously, still a quality pick. I feel like just certain teams or certain compositions work better with him, and maybe this is one of those ones, but I think even over on the other side, like this is essentially a very still keyboy game. If I remember right, is the Kaja, right? It's still going to be the Kaja that goes through. It's still a pick-off centric lineup that they can go ahead and utilize. And I would say this, I think it's got to happen for Aurora Gaming, man. They need to be able to go ahead and make this composition work to extend this series. I would hate to see it be a sweep. I hope we do get to a game 4.
Yeah. I want to see more for Aurora Gaming. I genuinely feel that this team has a lot of potential. I have been saying this since M4, and I always love seeing them international tournaments. There have been so many iterations of this squad, and I think now with Bagu, there's more aggression that we are seeing coming up from Aurora Gaming. Because when they were still playing like Apex 47, Apex is great, by the way, when it comes to like initiations, but they kind of feel a little bit slow, and then they have changed their jumpers as well, but you kept Rosa as the key component in this lineup, in this team. Rosa has been improving from year after year, month after month, and I like seeing him play aggressively. Right now, I feel he's playing the Kimi again, right? So that might be a in combination again with this Thames that can be played in an aggressive manner with the Hayabusa as their jungler, their core hero. I think that they went for the double fighter setup in this scenario as well.
Live-nya selesai
I would
ya.
love to see them utilize that
Ini
double
terakhir
fighter in an aggressive manner,
dari
which
kita,
also favors the playstyle of
semoga
Rosa
Onic
that we all
juara
got to love from
kosong.
M4. So hopefully that will be the case here, because I mean, if we just compare that to how Onic esports are operating, my goodness, they are hella aggressive. They're liking how Keyboy plays it. He said that this could be a
Keyboy.
Keyboy game because of the Kaja.
Yep.
And if you combine that with the Lunox, man, that's a scary combo. One of the oldest combos in the book. And then you also have that carry with the Kaja, which is also a great combo. So there's so many ways for Keyboy to alley-oop this Kaja into getting more kills for the team. So if they do play aggressive, it's gonna be great.
I think part of this though too is whether they're aggressive or not, they kind of have to control this Skylar too, man. I think for a majority of the games that we've seen from Onic anyway here, most of the teams have kind of struggled and dealing with getting
game
through
ya.
Keyboys like
Semoga last
aggression
game.
in the early
Semoga
game, and then Skylar like
bisa
pops off
3-0
later
lah,
on, right? And
juara.
that's usually the best case scenario for a lot of gold laners on how they want to go ahead and scale up throughout a game. And I believe he's on the carry again, and so that's one of the things you got to watch out for. Like, even if you are bringing the Stamus to the forefront, or you know, any of these tankier heroes, you're going to be shredded through eventually. If it gets to that mid to late game, that's something that they definitely want to watch out for. So Aurora Gaming has to do quite a bit to make this lineup, I feel like, work. We haven't seen them start like off on the right foot yet throughout the series, you know what I mean? Like, they haven't been able to go ahead and get that advantage built up immediately. And even last game, it was essentially because, again, it was such an early kill from Keyboy. They were able to get the first blood like right away and then build up off of that. So for Aurora in this case, I feel like they just need to get the ball rolling early on. They need to be the ones, hopefully, to get that first blood, hopefully get the momentum going right off the bat against Onic, a team that, when it's like series-wise, if they have a momentum already within the series, it's pretty difficult to stop that momentum from Onic Esports.
And I think that you can see that in game number 1 and game number 2, how difficult it is to stop Onic from getting that momentum, and then when they do get that momentum, it's even more difficult, right? So yeah, I understand what you're saying here, especially for Onic Esports. They're I'm gonna sound like a bro record, and this has been a trope already. The teams are feeding off of momentum, and Onic Esports definitely are a momentum-based team. And I think it might have started from last night, from when they won against Aurora, because I've seen that game, and it started as a game that Aurora Gaming is already
What happened, guys?
It's already winning, and they took it back because of some great plays coming out from Keyboy. And then, you know, game number 2, it starts for Aurora Gaming PH versus Onic Esports. Then Keyboy is again playing like an MVP. Now, what do we see from Keyboy from all throughout this series? Right? It's always been Keyboy. I think that Keyboy has found so much momentum all throughout these games of the future, and it's scary to face a guy like that who's just on fire when it comes to his execution.
Who would you like? I feel like if it is Onic that wins this series here, wins the championship, man, I'm gonna have to say like Keyboy is probably my. I don't know if it's too early to say, but I think Keyboy would definitely be my runner for like the MVP for this series. You know, the series MVP. Like it's always started by him. You know, it's always been him setting that pace. It's been him like getting those first bloods or putting them in position for Onic to go ahead and get the early kills and get the momentum going. Like, if you think about the way that, especially from the probably from the semifinals up to this point, think how it almost feels like Kyrie's job especially has been relatively smooth. Like, it's been pretty easy for him to just
Jangan
kind of
lupa bosku, di subscribe ya bosku,
when have
di
we
like
really seen Kyrie
bosku.
like sweat in terms of in the game, you know, getting to the objectives? Because Onic, what they're doing so well right now, and if you've been watching the games for the past couple days by them, they give so much space, right? And that's what the roamers, that's why I always say I always keep my eyes on roamers. Shout out to all the roamer mains out there. If you have such a good roamer on your team, like you know what that feels like, especially if you're a jungler. You know, the roamers are the ones setting things up, but also providing you with information. Like if you look at some of the most successful roamers, there's a reason why they're usually on the other side of the map, where they're scouting things out, but they're also making plays, but they're also avoiding things. I mean, like the last game alone, think how many times Keyboy avoided dying, right? With the flicker or the Jikundos that he had. You know, and obviously Cho is probably one of the very few heroes that allows you to do stuff like that in comparison to the other roams. But it's still, that potential is still there. Now with the Kandra, it's not as fancy, it's not as flashy, but the purpose is still the same. You're gonna go try to give that vision that you need, but you're going for that pick-off potential with a divine judgment. I mean, that's probably the biggest thing, but you can also peel with that too. And if you notice as the game transitions, that's why I always say they need to worry about Keyboy in the beginning if you're Aurora Gaming, but then like mid to late games start worrying about Skyler. Like where's Skyler? You know, Sans, Sans was insane. He was completely different on the Kadita. You know, you have to worry about the Kadita where you're setting up here, but in that essence,
udahlah, kasih
there's
aja
just
ke
so many boxes
Onic
that you
itu
check, I feel like, for
pialanya.
Aurora Gaming to deal with this version of Onic esports that we've seen so far here in Games of the Future.
You know that meme where this guy is playing like a video game? It's like there's
Waduh,
singing like I'm at a payphone, and then it transitions into like so much hardcore gaming where everybody's just pressing down buttons.
waduh, itu
I think that's literally what's happening.
not good
with
itu.
Onic. I'm not
Ada
saying
suara.
that it's a bad thing
Be.
for Kyrie. I'm sure that there are so many series that Onic esports have played where it was Kyrie's turn to be trying hard and pressing so many buttons in a short period of time. But yeah, I really have to agree with what you said about what is being seen in Onic esports as of late. It's like Kyrie's just collecting everything, just claiming the rewards. He's just like clicking all those red buttons in the app, and everybody's just working hard for it. Not saying that Kyrie's a slacker, but it's just that the performance of his supporting cast is just way too good.
Ayolah.
Yeah, this is one of them too, Luffy. I mean, he's played so well. I mean, I remember when, you know, I can't recall how many seasons ago it was, but when Luffy just started to fit into this lineup, you know, and the journey he's had himself over the seasons or the year, and getting to this point where he's actually able to, you know, you see some of the plays that Luffy's been making, man, whether it's a Lapu Lapu or, you know, whatever hero he decides to play, he's able to make plays. The Yuzhong, the Lapu Lapu, a lot of the XP laners that are picked up right now reward some of that style of gameplay that Luffy has been
Jangan
showing
lupa di
us,
subscribe
you
ya
know?
bos.
So it's one of those
Di like
things
ya
that looks like
bos.
we'll be getting a back
Biar bisa nemenin kalian terus setiap malam bos.
this game just shortly here. Again, we want to make sure that everybody is having the best gaming experience for this, as it is a championship match point right now for
Kapan
Onic
ini?
esports. So thank you for everybody for being patient with us while we go ahead and get this situated before we jump back into this game at 3.
Terima
Maybe this time you
kasih.
can, if you haven't yet, go grab that Patrick skin. You know, did you get it by the way, Wolf?
So I haven't gotten it yet. I haven't started doing the cooking.
Ayo guys, biar
Or
bisa.
that's for
That's for
SpongeBob, sir.
SpongeBob. Yeah, that's right.
Biar
You
kita
only need
cek.
diamonds, right, for the Patrick
What?
skin, right?
What
Yes,
happened?
you only need diamonds.
Well, I'll have to wait for the end of the month for that because
Apa itu?
that's when the top ups usually happen. Yeah, I think it will run until end of December, so or maybe end of January actually.
Yeah,
we
you
still
got
have time.
plenty of time.
Yeah, but
You got plenty of time. You can grab it
yeah.
while you can.
Are you even trying to grab it?
I was one of the people, man, that as soon as I saw it, you know,
Yeah.
come through in the hands of Pagu, right when we went to our break, I bought that skin, man.
Nice.
I went for it. You know, I don't even play glue though.
Well, now
Maybe
you
I
can play
should.
glue. Yeah, because sometimes you play Rome, right? So
I'm mainly a roam now.
okay, well that's perfect because Pagu actually showed
Has
us how-
shown us, yeah. But then it struggled so much last game.
Yeah.
It struggled last game, man.
I mean,
See you in M7.
it's-
Love TLPH, by the way. We see the pads out there. Hey, M7 round the corner.
I do hope that they fly from Abu Dhabi.
Bang, ini game of future, bang.
How far is that travel? Is that
Ayolah,
is that
bang.
pretty good travel?
Yeah. Okay, so that's around 4 hours away from Indonesia, I mean. And we already have to spend like 13 hours to Abu Dhabi, so I would assume
Wait,
it's almost
is it 13? Okay, Abu Dhabi to Indonesia is 8.5 to 10 hours.
Ya
That's
selesai yuk.
quite a long flight.
Yuk, selesai cepet
It's
yuk.
worth going though. You got, by the way, those tickets were sold out, I think. So, I mean, I'm so
Is
glad
it
we have.
really?
Well, some of them were. Yeah, I'm so glad we have a live audience out there though too for Abu Dhabi. I wish we could have gone out there, man. You know, maybe games of the future.
You made me cough out.
It's okay.
But yeah, we will see Aurora Gaming Indonesia, Aurora Gaming Philippines, and Aurora Gaming Turkey in M7, right? So
Yeah,
maybe
that's what
this
I'm
is a
saying.
preview.
This is like a preview, but it's also a high stakes tournament. Like
It's a $300,000
Tunggu
preview.
tuh ini.
man, the difference between first and second place, by the way, is wait, quick math.
Ayolah.
160,000.
Aduh, aduh.
Wait,
Aduh.
160 something
Yo,
thousand
yo.
dollars, man. Like that is a jump. That's almost, yeah. I mean, that's almost double basically between first and second place. So like the stakes here, like those are
Lama ini.
Yeah.
obviously.
So this is not a
Pride and glory.
preview. This is a literally a sweaty grand final that we're gonna see from both teams.
Hey man, that's why I was, you know,
Sweeting.
it would have been cool if we had a best of 7, but hey, best of 5. That's why we're hoping, you know, Aurora Gaming can extend the series here.
Yeah. I wonder,
This might be one of the things though. Maybe, you know, this gives them enough time to go ahead and kind of settle into this.
I wonder what is the general.
What?
I would, because I remember when Aurora was playing, whenever Aurora was playing the playoffs, in the knockout stages, there's a lot of cheers from them, and I've heard reports that it looked like an Aurora gaming crowd, right?
Terima
I wonder if
kasih.
This is
Siap
a
bang,
series
pasti semangat.
that's more
Kasih
Aurora
semangat
gaming
ini bang.
favored when it comes to like how much, you know, like which team the crowd loves more, or is it like on esports? Because I feel like there's I've seen a lot of like people who were showing us like it's a 3-0, which kind of means that yeah, they should be probably supporting on it, maybe because Star Kyrie from the Philippines is there. Seeing a lot
I think
of
Kyrie's just got fans wherever he goes, man.
You're also right.
You know, but
That's also true.
like that's you know that's
Yeah.
Kyrie. But Aurora Gaming, a lot of Aurora. I've actually over the days I've seen a lot of Aurora jerseys, you know, pop up. I think we have our own too. We have our own Aurora jerseys, don't we?
Terima
I mean, you have an
kasih
Onic.
bang.
You have the Onic one too.
Yeah.
You get the whole
Semangat,
collection.
semangat, semangat.
But
Yeah.
there has been a lot of Aurora jerseys that I've seen over the past couple days, you know. So I don't know. I think it's just a good. There's great support. I saw, you know, one of the watch parties out there too in the audience,
Satu
and
jam,
of course we've got plenty of
In
watch
Jakarta?
parties going on. No, well, there is the one going on in Jakarta. There's the watch party in Jakarta going on for Onic, which they have a whole event for. So I'm sure over there they're really excited and happy about this being potentially the last game, but there's a lot of watch parties going on too, you know, so big shout outs to all the watch parties. We actually know a couple of the watch parties going on too, so
Duh, mau
guys,
kapan
thank you guys for
ini?
supporting once again Games of the Future here on
Lamanya.
It's been a run, man. I feel like how many days has this been? It's been 8 days?
Yeah,
6
this is
days.
the 8th day.
6 to 8 days. Yeah, this is the
Oh.
8th day.
Oh, I think
Lumayan
we've
itu.
been casting for 6 days.
Ini belum
6
set.
days.
Yeah,
that's
we
right. It's
started-
been
Iya,
a
nggak asik lah tiba-tiba langsung juara itu.
Especially for the teams that we have in the grand final, because it means that they've also played 6 games straight. Which, I mean, if you've been following their local tournaments, you are only playing like at most 3 days straight on group stage the group stage regular season.
Siya tiba-tiba juara.
Or 5 days straight in the playoffs, right? So them playing 6
Oh,
days
Yeah.
True.
high
Kulang
level
ito.
MLBB. That's quite tiring.
Looks like they're going through they just had to redraft, reset
Draft
up
ulang,
MLB, so
tapi
they should be jumping in here
draftnya
shortly.
sama.
But yeah, that's one thing you have to consider. And I remember us talking about that, by the way, in group stage. And during the group
So
stages,
wait.
we were basically mentioning that some of these teams, they went
Salam
from
bang.
tournaments before this, like days before Games of the Future started. Some of these players were in other tournaments, and so I know their lives revolve around MLBB, and that's just part of it. But you gotta consider the amount of endurance that takes, mentally, right, to be able to go ahead, go from one tournament to
Ayolah,
a different time zone too.
cepatlah. Cepatlah. Biar cepat selesai. Mau tidur ini.
10 hours away.
Yep.
Jump into another environment and
Gila,
play at
sans.
this level. Like I think, unless you've really gone through that or been a part of that,
Sorry ya, tio ada
it's
suara-suara.
something that you have to experience.
Yeah, no, nice. I'm just gonna tell you a little bit of a story about sacrifice. Because here in the
Suara-suara.
Philippines, me and Nice are from the Philippines.
Waduh, suaranya masuk itu lah.
We
Kambing
value
tetangga
Christmas
itu.
so much, and it's usually our family time. And usually, before Christmas Eve, you're probably at home. You're preparing food. You're with your family already. Filipino delegation for this one will arrive December 24th nighttime around maybe 8:30. Some of our players actually will have to travel
nice.
for more than 3
Akhirnya.
hours or 4 hours just to get back to their families. So yeah, the Filipinos or Southeast Asians that are participating in Games of the Future, they really have big sacrifices just to participate. So yeah, big W's to them.
Big W's. Let's jump
Akhirnya.
into the game 3 here. Wolf, thanks so much for the story, but that is 100% true. And now it leads us to this, man. Game 3, championship point right now for Onic Esports. Aurora Gaming are looking to even the series or get to it. At least get one game under the belt so they can extend it to 5 games. We've got to see if that happens. Whoa. Look, they're already getting quite low. Aurora Gaming are looking quite low. Skylar, too. They're finding some minor wins across the board here.
Putting Onic low as well as forcing some of those battle spells. Kyrie is just level 2. Will actually skip the orange buff, but he did take away the Crammer from TNZ. What that means is that TNZ will not have as much farm as he would want to have. Unless Aurora Gaming will be able to contest the orange buff for Kyrie himself. But yeah, you can see some of the moves showing up from Onic. It
What
looks
is it?
very anticlimactic. It looks very nerdy when I talk about it, but the fact that they're taking away some of these farms can be important. Like this one, right? There's the Crammer was taken by Kyrie, but in exchange, Lunar takes away his own Crammer, right? So the war of attrition is so important in the early game, and Aurora Gaming kind of felt like, okay, they're not going to be pushovers in this grand final. They are going to be fighting back already, pressing the advantage, pressing the attack in the early stages of the game.
That's what I said they had to do. Aurora Gaming has to get their foot started right away into this match, and they seem to be wanting to do that. TNZ is level 4. He's got the Shadow Kill available. Wasn't going to go for it just yet. Doesn't want to overextend in this. Turtle's going to be for the taking, though. It's going to be started up by Kyrie as it has throughout the series. We'll see who gets it. Kyrie secures the Turtle. Shadow Kill going to be used as well. TNZ could be in trouble. He does get away with a sliver of health left. Luckily, he doesn't go down. But Onic will get that objective. Now they're going to put pressure here on the purple. They know TNZ is low, and this is an opportunity for Kyrie to go ahead and potentially take this purple buff away from Hayabusa. And he'll do just that.
Nice.
How great was
Juara ini.
set of movements coming out from Kyrie, showing us finesse with this Lancelot. We know that he is more than able to do that. No, my goodness, Keyboy. I mean, you don't have to explain that. That's Flicker Divine Judgment that Keyboy has probably done so many times. So the way that they set it up, they force it to be
Nggak imbang
in that
ini.
spot because of their aggression in the purple buff. And then Keyboy is already prepped up for that. Even Suns is there as well. They didn't even have to commit more flickers after Keyboy's flicker. Oh my goodness. Onic are just they're just on the mission now, man.
That's Keyboy, man. You know, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter if it's the Kaja or the Cho that we usually see, hell, the Tigreal. You know, there's so many roams, but the best roams out there play this nearly the same. Now some pressure in the mid. Shadow Kill is going to be used, but it is going to be split up. He could be in trouble. 1 HP. He is Keyboy. That's what I was saying, man. He actually stays alive. Good thing Kyrie was there to help kind of juggle that Shadow Kill.
And you know what? He actually saved himself and Sans during that exchange. He actually tanked the initial dash coming out from the Hayabusa, which is one of the 5 shadows that you can actually go for, which that would have connected to Sans, which will mean that the ultimate will be able to take on Sans because Sans didn't have the brilliance anymore after that. He blocked it. He survived because he was under the outer third enemy shields, and the rest was history. TNC just can't get the recovery part.
Gonna pressure this once again. Tienzi trying to get into the zone. The Sans will secure the turtle. The fight's gonna break out. Magu's already gone. Falling Star Moon from Loopy. Provided the space. He'll tank up the Shadow Kill and he'll go for a kill as well. Sans picks up another. Kyrie could be in trouble. Rose a 1-hit away, but it's a double for Sans. The jungle is insane under the turrets. And now Lunar trying to get away. Loopy sees him low, but has to do with save up too. Loopy should be fine. He's an Esmeralda. Still has the Purify as well, so he'll just poke a little bit further and then call off.
Keyboy again. Fully put Divine Judgment. Eventually was taken out, but Onic have taken much better trades afterwards. They have taken out TNT for the second time. Those almost outplayed Kyrie in there, but
MM
hold on to Sans. Gets the double kill on top of the turtle kill, by the way. Kyrie sort of missed. I don't know how that happened, but he apparently missed the retribution of the turtle. Good thing Sans was there to pick up the stack and take that. Now TNT again, third death of the Hayabusa, man.
Hey, that's not where you want to be for the Hayabusa, and at this point, it's just Keyboy going in with a Divine Judgment every time that flicker's available. You know, he's making plays, and this is exactly what we're talking about when we had the chance to go ahead and discuss this style, the way Onic Esports has been playing this game from game to game, series to series, allowing Keyboy to go ahead and provide that opportunity for the team. As Skylar once again, mainly just getting to farm up, do his thing, knock down the turrets, and while Sans and Lootby also just scaling up so quickly, Sans might actually be in trouble. Still has the brilliance after picking up a kill on Fagu, but here comes Keyboy once again. No Divine Judgment available just yet as Skylar flickers forward. Loopy on the chase, cutting Aurora Gaming off from the team once again, and they've done that so many times, and now a last turtle up. Onic Esports with a massive lead will go ahead and secure this. Loopy might be going down here, does get away with Purify though. Still again, you just can't catch anyone from Onic Esports.
Onic Esports. Can you check their accessories under their jersey? Because they might have talismans behind that jersey. I don't know how they are able to get out of harm's way. I don't know how they survive death while dancing in front of death itself. Even Lootpi survived that 3-man attempt coming out from Aurora Gaming, and then you know what? Sans just casually picks up turtle number 2, and then also outplays Genzin again. Oh my goodness, did you see that?
Oh my goodness. What is that space? What is that Divine Judgment? And all this up in the tier 2 turret. They are just collapsing on Aurora Gaming. Sigiboom and Pagu trying to do what they can, but it's a near wipeout as Onic has just forced fight after fight. They lose Kyrie and Keyboy, but they're still going to be happy with that trade.
Oh, you can see it through the replay once again. I didn't think that he would actually latch onto that one. The talismans, they're working, man. They have the enchanted talisman under their jerseys right now, I'm telling you. And of course, I mean, they have been played so well. Keyboy have been very active around the map. Pixel perfect when it comes to his activation of his skills and also the targeting was great. How many times have we caught TNZ when Aurora Gaming's trying to outplay him? It's not like TNZ is just walking casually in front of Onic. TNZ is trying to also maneuver around Onic, but Keyboy is just able to snag him time and time again. And Onic are leading by 6,000.
It's just, I mean, look at the pressure they're able to put here, Wolf.
Lagi dan lagi.
Keyboy will do it again and again. Picking up TNZ 0 and 5 right now, just completely shut down in the jungle. And Onic Esports with Lord coming up, they'll just send Kyrie. The rest of the team will deal with this. Keyboy finally goes down, but still the whole purpose of this is just to keep Aurora Gaming busy and test the limits of Onic Esports' massive lead. Lunar just jumping forward with Carring and Forno, and there's nothing they can do. A turtle, or Lord is already going to be nearly secured here as Kyrie gets that, and the tier 2 turret falls down bot.
It's one thing to say that you're not. It's one thing to say that you're so good at the game. Keyboy is just showing us how it's done when it comes to like pickoff heroes. Game 1 with the Kalea, always on point, catching the important members of Aurora Gaming, the core members. Game 2, it's naming the Cho. Actually won it for the team, and now 8 assists with this Kajak, catching TNC time and time again. 0-5 for this Hayabusa. And it's not because of him playing badly, it's just because Keyboy is always able to find him.
All the shields are still going to be here. Look at this Lutfi jumping in time and time again. We've seen Lutfi do the same thing. Doesn't matter what hero is he playing, he'll go 1v3, 1v4. Holy Defense finally going to pop in the bottom. Top nearly there as the tier 2 in the mid falls. Onic once again knocking on the base of Aurora Gaming just the same way they have 3 games in a row at this point. What can Aurora Gaming do but watch as their base is pushed in? They need something to happen here. They'll clear out the waves the best they can, but some of the damage has been done. Holy Defense is down.
And that's just 10 minutes into the game. That doesn't go weak for Onic. Don't have the holy shields anymore. Keyboy does have the flicker now. He's threatening. He's threatening. He's ready, dude.
Oh, let's see if he does it. Once again, he's going to go forward. He's actually quite low. Keyboy buying some time. He finally dies, but Lunar's in exchange. Pagu to follow. Onic on the jump. Shadow kill already going to be used. They're going for Loopy. Loopy just gets enough shield to survive. Brilliant's going to be used. They're going to get the flicker out from Sans, but it's all part of the plan as Kyrie will clean up the kill. Sans is nearly unkillable, man. He hasn't died yet. From series to series, he's been so low on the deaths. He's done such a good job at just surviving at the last moment.
Yeah. What a bait and switch coming up from Sans as well as Kyrie. With through the wall, you really would bite that if you're Aurora Gaming, and because of that they were punished. The pressure is up for Onic. They're not letting go of their foothold into the base of Aurora Gaming. At 11 minutes, they are already leading by 11,000 gold. That's 1,000 gold per minute. Think about it.
Yeah.
They're not stopping Lutfi. Keyboy.
Oh, again.
Udahlah, kelar.
Right on target. It doesn't matter if you counter him
Lu
or
damage-nya lu
not.
dari Kari, dari
Lunar
Lunox.
is gone and
Habis lah.
deleted. Skylar once again showing this shredding here on the carry. But again, that's one of the things. It's just very intense for Onic to go ahead and scale up this way, you know, game after game. 3 games in a row now. It's literally been the story
Tapi
here.
anu ya, XP-nya itu bukannya meremehkan apa, tapi kalau untuk yang XP yang inisiatif kayak pihak Rapid Edge itu kayaknya masih jauh sih. Kayak apa ya, Rapid Edge itu kayak kalau terus kayak terus sering improve, sering mikronya
Not to say that it's not possible.
bagus.
We've seen games flip around before, even with 10,000 leads.
That's right.
But it usually takes a certain type of blunder or mistake from the team leading right here. And so far, Onic Esports has not showed much of that potential to make those blunders.
surprised to see Keyboy only pick up the fleeting time at this point. But that generally means that he is way tankier. And now Onic, they're preparing for another Lord push.
Lord making his way down bot. That bot turret does fall. Top nearly down as well. Kyrie going in with a puncture. Thorn Rose just distracting Aurora Gaming. A vengeance already going to be used from Sigibum, and now Lord's going to be dealt with. The rest of the members, oh, they're actually just going to take out Lunar. They don't have the wave pushing in it just yet, but Onic Esports can see the win in sight here. The championship in sight for Games of the Future 2025, and nearly there. 15,000 gold ahead. Way more than the minutes of the game already. Top turret's gonna go down. They jump in, just deleted with this kind of lead. It's not even fair. Onic Esports goes for another pull. They'll clean up City Boom. A shadow kill to try to buy more time, but TNC is gone, and they'll make it a wipeout. And Onic Esports are your champions with a sweep here in this tournament. They'll go for one more, but they are your champions for Games of the Future 2025 in Abu Dhabi.
No moment of breathing for Aurora Gaming. It's not their fault. It was just Onic Esports reading them like a book. The draft was perfect. The execution even better. Onic Esports are back in their winning ways. They're now champions once again in an international event. Keyboy is phenomenal all throughout. And though everybody played so well, the side of Onic Esports, you can never deny that this series is decided by that guy. And his name is Keyboy. And I'm sure that we will learn more from them, and I'm excited to hear more from this team. Nice, by the way, what a journey that has been for us, and thank you so much to all of people that
congrats buat Onic.
watch this journey
Semoga
with us as well. But that's it for us.
mendapat hasil yang sama di M Series,
Gonna be throwing it
apalagi
over.
jadi tuan rumah ya di Jakarta. Semoga besok di M Series harus Indo sih yang dapat pialanya. Sudah hampir 15 season dari season pertama.
No excuses whatsoever.
Tuh, terima kasih teman-teman, terima kasih bos-bosku yang sudah nemenin, yang sudah bantu subscribe, like. Semoga sang penciptanya membalas kalian ya. Semoga yang kalian mendapat yang terbaik. Saya hanya bisa mengucapkan terima kasih banyak. Terima kasih, see you, bye bye.